Okay, hello folks. I'm not going to do the camera again. I spent, I think I recorded for like 10 hours or something. Well, I think it was like 10 or 12 hours. I had to take breaks because my fucking back was killing me. Oh, I already swore. Whoops. And so yesterday I had this like horrible migraine because of the stupid lights, because I had lights on me for so long. So anyway, I'm not going to do the camera because I really don't want to deal with the lights. And I really don't want to wear makeup. I'm having like a day where I'm like, oh, crap on my skin. But hello, everybody. All right. I thought I would do like, see, I recorded that little video like that. Yeah, not yesterday. Yesterday I was in bed. Oh yeah, and then I forgot that Botox gives me like pretty much like food poisoning. And after I do the Botox for the migraines, that I'm supposed to not eat very much, and I forgot about that. And I ate a really crappy meal yesterday, and I was so sick. My stomach was in so much pain. I fainted like 2 times. It was just like horrendous. So yeah, it was just like, oh my gosh, I'm dying. Okay, so hello everyone. Hey, James and Ken, Susan, Michael, welcome. Lou, welcome. Scarborough, Glitterflame, Luna, Marie, Ladies Fright. Oh yeah, everyone, make sure you go follow Ladies Fright as well. She has a video coming out the 5th, I think next week, and I'm in it as well as Stevie and a bunch of other people. I think Kenny's in it too. So guys, go follow Ladies Fright. Hold on, can I put your, hold on. I think I can link your channel. Hold on, let me do that.
Playing from Ferriol.
Okay, Alexa. All right, there you go. Go follow Ladies Fright. She has a video coming out next week with all of us in it. Hello, Dragon, as well. Batty Queen. The 2nd. Oh, okay, sooner than I thought. Okay, so she's doing a premiere. I told her to do a premiere, so everyone go follow her. Make sure that you're there for the premiere, because everyone likes chatting during the premieres. So, all right, and then Lou, yeah, like what Lou said earlier about be careful what you say in chat and everything. Yeah, like not really careful. Just like let's not say mean things about people who, you know. Well, you guys all know the Beardo situation, like the Ghost Club Paranormal, and honestly, I cannot remember the name of the other guy. He has paranormal in the name, so I can't remember. Any channel that has ghost paranormal or ghost or paranormal in their name, or the group name, or like whatever, like I cannot remember. It takes me a long time to remember it, because like everyone uses ghost or paranormal, and I just I get them all confused. I don't know. Listen, the other guy though, that's a whole other piece of work. That's his own. That's a separate discussion. That guy asked Beardo to look at his videos. He said that he doesn't fake stuff and he doesn't do all this. Like, he was like, go watch my videos, try and debunk them. He asked Beardo to do it. So if that guy took Beardo to court, let me tell you, Beardo would be able to countersue that and get all his lawyer's fees back, because that guy asked for it. But the Ghost Club Paranormal, that's the more complex situation that really we're looking at, right? Because that guy ended up dropping his strike at one point. I don't freaking know. It looked and sounded great in the video. Thank you. Yeah, I recorded part 1 of my psychic video, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to record this because everyone's putting out videos about Beardo. And the thing is, like, what I wanted to do, so the video I just released today, Spectral Paranormal, that's one. So the video I just released today, because what I really want to highlight, anyone who is in Seg's live, I think, okay, I'm making assumptions. I think what Seg is worried about is, now that Beardo went live saying that this is a way you can shut down Debunkers channels and ban them from the platform for good, like, you know what I mean? Now that Beardo said that in a live, like, I think Seg's worried that other channels are going to do the same thing. It's the same as, like, remember I told you guys something in some lives, like last week or the week before or whatever, a couple weeks ago, and I didn't leave them up public because I'm like, I don't want other people to get the same idea and do that to other debunker channels, right? I think that's what Seg is worried about. Number 1. Number 2, the video I released today is I do want to actually, I know that we don't get along with some of the channels we debunk, and I know that we're not on the same page, but I do want to recognize and thank the people who do actually fight back. Use your platform, fight back. Let's have a tit for tat on each other's platforms, or people who reach out to me privately. Like you guys, my last stream, I had Tessa Groff, a medium. I don't believe in her. I don't believe in mediums. You guys know. And like, we were dealing with a situation. She contacted me privately. We talked, and I'm like, okay, let's bring you on my live so you can tell your story. And it was nothing to do with psychic stuff. But like, I respect Tessa for doing that. That is what I want to recognize, is that these people have the balls to actually like be like, hey, I'm gonna call you out on my platform, or I'm gonna reach out to you privately and let's work this out. But immediately using the copyright system to try to silence someone, that's the coward's way out. That's someone who doesn't feel confident in their work, in their beliefs. They don't feel confident enough that their work can stand up against what we're saying. And if you feel like that with your work, if your work doesn't stand up against what we're saying, go back and rework your stuff, work on your stuff. Oh, Dust Productions is in here. Hello. Sorry, I was going on a rant and I wasn't reading chat. All right. Yeah, Spectral Paranormal is just that's like a separate issue on his own, honestly. Yeah, that was a messy thing. The two who went after Beardo, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah. People can agree to disagree. It's how they deal with it, like how we manage it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And like I told Tessa, I'm like, I'm gonna call you out. Like when your TV show comes out, I'm gonna like do debunks on you. I'm gonna do a video on you. I'm gonna call you out. I'm like, but right now we're not talking about psychics. We're talking about this, and I'm like, let's compartmentalize the issues. And me and Tessa have been talking, like, because we're compartment. I can't say the word again. All right. Anyway, that's what we're doing. And it's like, we're putting the psychic and paranormal stuff to the side, and we're looking at the interpersonal dramas and rumors instead. Right. And we can do that. Even the same as like how Tony Spera, he hops on his lives and like calls us names and says we're going to hell and everything. That's great. That's what he should do. And we'll make fun of him for it. And he can still do it to us and make fun of us for making fun of him. Like, let's go back and forth. But this whole like hiding in the shadows and doing things sneaky, that just says that you have something to hide, You should have, and if you're going to make yourself a public figure, and if you're going to make content in the paranormal of something that can't be proven, then you got to grow thicker skin, man. You really do. You really do. I already watched the 10-minute video you did before this. Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm going to release that video because I really wanted to do a video. My goal with that video is to thank the people who have the balls to stand up to their content and stand up to us. Like, use your platform. We both have a platform. We can both argue through our platform or privately. Lou says, what they did is still going to be ongoing from what it sounds like. Yeah, I don't know if Seg, I don't know the details, right? All right. When I'm about to say it's all like assumptions. I don't know if Seg is saying that Ghost Club Paranormal is still going to continue with something, or if he's worried that other ghost hunt channels are going to start doing it. I think that's what he's worried about. But I don't know. I don't know the details. I'm just assuming. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. The normal thing is doing response video back and forth. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no worries, Dust. I know you've been busy. I've been busy too, and I was really sick yesterday, and then we got snowed in today, so yay, 3 fucking feet of snow. Damn it, I swore again. Ladies Fried. I mean, YouTube commentary of any kind is an ecosystem. Both sides feed off each other. Exactly. No, and that's the way it should be, right? That's the way it should be. It was a good show, and she respected your beliefs too, Florio, and that's a little hitty. Yeah, me and Tessa are talking on, listen, Tessa's got her issues, I've got my issues, and she's a bit of a hothead. She responds to things really quickly, knee-jerk reaction to people online, and that gets her into trouble, and that's why a lot of people don't like her, to be honest. But she's willing to talk it out, and she's willing to show up on people's platforms and say what she wants to say. I'm like, I have respect for that, man. I have more respect for Tony Spera than I do for Ghost Club Paranormal right now. You know what I mean? I have respect for people that are willing to duke it out, right? Not in these shady ways. I mean, like, let's duke it out in public. Because let's be real. You guys support things that are imaginary and can't be proven. And we support the critical thinking of it and trying to see if something is real or not. You know, like, let's be real, right? The people that are throwing us copyright claims and blah, 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 they are trying to also say that ghosts and things are real because an app on their phone said so. Like, come on. Come on. GCP being held accountable for polling, that would definitely help. Oh, wait, do I have the chat thing? Hold on. I forgot to turn the chat box on. GCP being held accountable for polling, that would definitely help deter other channels from trying it. Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I was already talking with a lot of other channels and people too, and I'm like, listen, if Beardo loses his channel, let's start up a GoFundMe and we're going to pay for his lawyer and let's do this because, like, I know Beardo won't be in the mood to. We'll give him like a bit of time to solve, but like we should fight this as a community to teach them that they would actually lose in a court case against this, by the way. So like, especially the one guy who asked Beardo to do that. He asked Beardo to do what he then copyright claimed him for, you know? I wanted to ask so much stuff about the Ryan Buell when Tess was on. Yeah, that's the thing. I was like, okay, well, we're gonna like, okay, what's off the table of conversation is this, like, we're like, I'm gonna really compartmentalize this because I know this could get out of control if we started asking Tessa about certain things. Yeah. So, but that's why it's like, yeah, we talked ahead of time and decided what's on the table, what's off the table kind of deal. So, and GCP's, I feel it's more likely Spectral's trying to get other folks to do strikes too. Yeah, and that's the thing. It is also, I didn't mention this in my video, it is also against YouTube's terms and policies for brigading, which is what Spectral Paranormal is doing. And it's against YouTube's terms and policies to use the copyright system to try to silence people. And if you don't take them to court, if you do this over and over again and you do a bunch of strikes and you never take anyone to court, you will lose. The first punishment YouTube does is they take away your ability to do a copyright claim or a copyright strike. They remove that option from your account. That's the first thing they do. And then when you get it back, if you do it again, then you start looking at things like your channel being banned and crap like that, right? I feel it's more likely that Spectral is trying to get other folks. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Okay. GCP's word will always be suspect from now on, though. Yeah, no, like, they've made a bad name for themselves. Like, I mean, it wasn't good for Beardo to go live because, for one, it gave the other it gave other Ghost Hunter channels ideas to join and brigade in this, which is against YouTube terms and policies, and you can be banned from YouTube for doing it. But also, like, it kind of stirred things up more. However, it also got the community really, like, moving and tweeting YouTube and, like, getting it out there. Like, we had, like, it was a whole movement, right? So I think that Beardo was right to go live, but there are now consequences of that we have to deal with, you know? Oh my God, I'll take all your snow. We haven't got snow years. I live in a city that has lake effect snow. It is the worst. Yeah. Yeah, Beardo got his strikes lifted. Yeah. Sorry. I'm like behind. It keeps scrolling. So you're going out there ready to throw down fisticuffs. Hey, listen, let's fight on each other's platforms. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, I have respect for that. And I'll get heated and you get heated. And that's the way it should be. You know, if you're confident in your work, then say so on your own platform. Regardless of whatever Beardo himself has said, playing what happened at Jonestown is disgusting. Yeah, that's the problem, Lou. I will have a follow-up to this. Not about the copyright thing, about the content. Actually, it's funny because I've been writing my script and doing research for the psychic video for a long time. My script I was writing for like a month, and it talks about this. I'm moving my channel into, we're going to now be doing a lot of videos where I want to point out the issues with the true crime genre because it's hitting ghost hunters. Right? Psychics as well, of course. And I want to talk more about that. So, that is something that I do want to do. So yeah, the psychic one's just the first one. There's more that I already had planned, and I had this planned before all this stuff happened with Beardo. And Ghost Club Paranormal were on my list. Yeah. How often have we seen the fans of big paranormal channels pouncing hard on critics of their favorite channels? Yeah. And then they get mad when our fans go to their channels. Like, and I mean, don't go to people's channels because it doesn't help things. It makes things worse. But yeah, Ghost Club Paranormal fans, I don't think really are so bad. The Twin Paranormal fan is, they're bad. Those ones are bad. Yeah. I didn't realize this was alive. Yeah, Paranormal Simulations. Also, guys, go follow Paranormal Simulations too. I thought that she had like 1,000 subs, but she only has like 300. We were just talking in Discord. So hold on, let me put her link in too. And I am way behind on chat. All right. When Jay came into Seg's chat and made that statement about him using live for donation, yeah. Yeah. It was good enough. It's good though for Beardo to go live because of the outpouring of the community. Yeah, no, I do agree. I think it was better that he went live because now we don't really talk about this stuff out in the open too much because it will just like, cause more drama, right? We kind of deal with copyright claims in the back end quietly, but I think it's good for us to talk about it. I think it's reached a point where it's like, we need to discuss this as a community, Didn't the Shapes video state the misusing the copyright thing will actually, oh, crap, I lost you, affect GCP and spec? It will. Yeah. No, like there are punishments for it, but it takes you can abuse it a lot before YouTube gets around to punishing you. I'll just put it like that. It takes them a long ass time before they're like, okay, you must be abusing this, So yeah. I hope to see Grow a Pear tea available in the merch store soon. I could do that, yeah. Beardo's live was intense and affecting, up to the individuals to donate if they wanted. Yeah, no, I mean, that's, the donation thing is weird. That was a weird statement. That's the main reason I even wanted to have it discussed at all, as using the audio recording is out of order. No, and that's my issue with Ghost Club Paranormal, is they're still family. There's still survivors alive from that event. There's still family of the people who died who are alive. Like people who directly knew the people who died. There's still people alive. And that's sort of like that's my line in the sand. If there are still people alive who knew these victims directly, or I even think the children of those people, because you have trauma and it passes down into like your next generation, right? So I feel like the children of the children is the point where you can now cover it, like with ghosts. Because I know like in general, and I know Seg mentioned it too, in general, ghost hunting, we are talking to dead people. We are taking advantage of someone's death, but you can do it. Well, I mean, it used to be done more respectfully towards the people who passed, but now we have all these ghost hunters being like, I found new evidence and I solved the case, and they did it with an app, and it's like, no, you didn't. Like, let's be so for real right now, And I think it's inappropriate. I do think it's inappropriate. Yeah. Where are we at? Oh, hey, Chris. Welcome for your living pod. Quick to strike, but not hold the right people accountable. Yeah. So what did Jade actually say about Beardo's live? Well, I mean, okay, I'm not going to comment on, okay, I mean, I don't want to cause more trouble, but there was a little bit of snark around donations. Okay. And like, to be honest, you can't really turn off super chats, can you? Hold on, let me see. No, like if I were to turn off super chats, I would have to then go into my entire channel and turn off the memberships and other stuff. Yeah, you can't just turn off super chats. That's what Beardo was getting in his stream. Like, you can't just turn it off for one stream. It doesn't work like that. So, yeah, that statement was kind of, well, no, and Beardo said, like, don't give me money for legal help because I don't know if I need it yet. And people were just donating because they don't care if the money went to his rent, his mortgage, or legal help. People just wanted to help, it didn't matter. He wasn't raising money for legal help. So, she said verbatim, Should people know he had multiple opportunities to resolve the claims before intentionally choosing to take us to court before his live stream? Yeah, that's what I want to discuss here. So, like, okay. Let's do a little bit of, I feel like people don't really understand how the copyright system works. And I wanted to maybe cover that a little bit. So, let me see here. I'm going to share this window just so, because I know, like, with me, sometimes it's helpful if I visually see something as we're talking about it. So, hold on. Let me, let's go over here. Hold on. Let's do the chat. Let's bring the chat down here. Let's do, like, a little bit of a hello. A little bit of hello in here. Okay. My talkie talk is over top of the thing. I don't know. Does that look like crap? Hold on. I'm gonna move my talkie talk. Okay. Now it's underneath. Okay. So let's just kind of like discuss this a little bit. All right. Also, hold on. I need to get the chat on my other screen. Hold on. Where's the chat? Chat. You go over here. Oh, I need to move my screen. Oh crap. Where'd it go? Oh no, I lost it. Crap. Where is it? Oh, okay. Wait, I can put it over here. Oh, there's Beardo. Hey, Beardo. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna kind of discuss these statements. I have things to say. Okay, hold on. Here, I'm gonna. Sorry, guys. I'm so prepared for this. Oh my god. It's okay. We're doing good here. We're awesome. All right, I just want to like put it on the screen because I know sometimes it's easier to follow along when you can read it with the person. Okay. All right. Let me look at the chat here really quick. I couldn't donate, but I made a video too. Yeah, I mean, even just people changing their profile picture to say Beardo thing and tweeting at Team YouTube, like stuff like that does help. Yeah. Yeah, Beardo was, he was telling us not to donate. Yeah. I think it's awkward because of different laws in different countries. Yes, Marie. Now, the law thing in different countries, that's the kicker. If Beardo was in the US, they would have probably taken him to court, to be honest. Because he's in the UK, that's super expensive to take someone to court over something like this. So, yeah. Yeah, someone else started the GoFundMe. Beardo did not start it. Yeah. Dust, have not been talked about this because I've been so busy. I would piss a lot of people off. Yeah, that's true. Dust. Everyone saw Beardo hurting and hit out that stuff right before the holidays. Yeah. Beardo says like making Jade's statements untrue or mistaken about the copyright system. Yes, and that's what we're gonna go over. Okay. So, oh, it doesn't stay up. No, where did you go? Chat box? I have to put you on top. How do I make you always stay on top? Ugh, okay, rude. Oh my god, OBS, can you be like more annoying? Hold on. I had it shaped the way I wanted it to be shaped, and now it's just reset it on me. Don't click in place. Okay. All right. Okay, so let me just like try to explain the copyright system because I know it's confusing. So, okay, so what we all were saying and what it came across as, I don't know which one is true. We're going to review both. it came across as when Beardo was saying it is that they filed a strike notification, which is a takedown notification. So if you have something that you want taken off the internet, you can follow a takedown, and a takedown is like a legal like thing being like, that's my stuff. I'm planning to sue, take it down right now. And then YouTube and everyone on the internet will take it down. Okay. But YouTube has a system in place. Before, they would just take it down right away, and you could strike someone 3 times and your channel would be instantly removed and there was no way to appeal it. Now they give us 10 days to see if the other person is going to sue you. So like, thank God they added that in, because before it was like really easy to silence channels. So with the whole thing is like, if you do a takedown notification, you're saying to YouTube, like, I am actively planning to sue this person. Like, that is my stuff. I'm going to take them to court. Like, that is the severe takedown. Okay. So what Ghost Club Paranormal or whatever is saying is that they didn't do that right away. And I mean, Berto can correct in the chat or whatever. I'm just going off what I think I'm hearing. All right. What I'm assuming I'm hearing. What they're saying is that they did a copyright claim. So copyright claim is like either remove like my content from your video, or you're going to share the ad revenue for me or with me or whatever, right? Essentially, like, I'm going to take your ad revenue unless you remove my copyrighted stuff from your video. And so what we do normally is we transform it and make sure it's fair use. So like, you know, we pause it, we put it in a smaller screen, we put effects on it. Sometimes we flip the video, we might edit the audio on it. That's like transforming it. And then us pausing and then commenting, that's like fair use, because now we're critiquing it. Okay. So what they're saying is that they did copyright claims first, and then Beardo pushed back on the claim. And yes, pushing back on the claim then turns it into the more strike system. It will eventually move into the strike system, right? So just so you understand, I know this is the AI overview, but it's correct. The AI overview, YouTube and Google are the same company. So this is correct. Okay. Okay. So, YouTube copyright claims differ from a strike. A claim does not result in a strike, but a strike is a formal legal takedown notice. A claim typically affects monetization, while a strike removes the video and adds a formal warning to the channel. A claim may turn into a strike if the copyright holder manually files a takedown request, or if the creator rejects a dispute and the copyright holder chooses to file a takedown request. So what happened is, like, they're saying they put a claim in. Then Beardo, he then responded back with a dispute to their claim. Then they rejected his dispute and said, no, it's still our stuff. But when they rejected it, then it moved into a takedown request. Now, the reality is, they are the ones who first started the claim. Whoever first started the claim, that is the person who is starting legal proceedings. It doesn't matter that him, you know, if they reject the dispute and that he disputed it, that doesn't mean that Beardo started legal proceedings. They started it because they filed the first claim. All right. So, just to like help people understand it a little bit more, right? So copyright claim automatically checks content ID, or a manual claim by the copyright owner, because we can go in our backend and see if like our videos have been used anywhere else, and it'll tell us a percentage of how much of our video was used in a video. But if we edit it enough and make it look different, then it doesn't show up with the automatic system. But people find out we did a debunking video and then they go that way, right? So a copyright claim is manually claims say, you know, you're sharing the monetization with me. A strike is when you go through the formal legal DMCA takedown request. That is the like super legal, take it down right now, you know? Impact on video for copyright claim. The monetization might be blocked or go to the original copyright holder. Sometimes it's split in half. I think it's only split in half. No, it's 30%, 70% when it's music. And we only would get 30%, and the person claiming would get 70%. Or, you know, I think it might be flipped. Okay, don't quote me on the music thing. Then copyright strike, the video is just removed from YouTube. So claim the video stays up because it's making money, right? A claim, no risk of channel termination. A strike, it puts a formal warning on the channel. When we get 3 formal warnings, then our channel goes into deletion mode. And essentially there's 10 days, there's a 10-day window, because if you put a strike on someone's channel, you have 10 days then to prove to YouTube that you're planning to take them to court. And if you don't provide proof that you have filed paperwork to sue them, then YouTube says, all right, they called your bluff, you're not doing it, we're going to remove the strike and we're restoring their video. So that is the automatic system, okay? And that is how this works, right? So fixing it is dispute the claim, replace the content, blah, 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 blah. For the copyright thing, complete copyright school, request a retraction from the owner, or submit a counter notification. So essentially, when you get a strike, you can just like let it be on your account, and then you go to the copyright school and just let it be. If it's like one strike, sometimes people just do that, right? But when you get 3, you have to counterclaim. You have to do the counter because your channel's going to get deleted. And if you don't counter, your channel will just be deleted. Beardo doing a counterclaim then gives him 10 days for them to prove that they're going to sue. And if they don't sue, then everything gets removed, kind of deal. Okay. I know there's been a lot of chat talking, but like, I'm trying to, hopefully that helps explain it a little bit more for anyone who's unsure. All right, let me just check chat here. Hold on. Yeah, if GCP's audience didn't think that they were out of line using that audio of the victims, that is just, ugh. Yeah. All right, sorry. Did Beardo say anything on top of what I was saying? Because I know Beardo and all of them were getting different answers from the staff at YouTube. And let me tell you, like, the YouTube is not, they don't have enough staff. And not all of them know exactly how all the system works, and not all of them understand all of it. And they really need more staff because everything is done through AI. So when we appeal something, it's an AI bot that checks it. They say it's not AI, but it is, because you get a response in 2 minutes. If a human checked it, it wouldn't respond in 2 minutes. There's actually a whole movement happening right now where people are banding together to show that there's no human review in this stuff, and there's people's valid channels are being taken down. Like there's one that I just read about where the person's an Aussie and they did a documentary on Pawn Stars, the TV show, except with their accent, it came across as, the smexy time. It sounded like that, like, the movies and stuff. And they immediately had their channel banned. And and that's the other thing I want to add. If you get your channel banned or anything, whether it's a strike or whatever it may be, you can never make another channel at YouTube for the rest of your life. So it's good to fight this stuff because like you're banned for life. You can never come back. And that's the messed up thing. They need to have like some sort of appeal process in place. They said that they're looking at doing one now, which I really think that they should. All right, hold on. Checking chat. Yeah, I don't know exactly what thing they meant on the donations thing, but even like his super chats, regardless, like whatever, like people were like, pay your mortgage or whatever. We don't care what you do with the money after. like I was saying, Beardo has supporters, so yeah. To send a copyright counter notification is not a legal process. It doesn't start a legal process. No, yeah, it doesn't. To send the counter is from Beardo. To send the counter notification is us saying, okay, you're going to sue us. Send me the paperwork. That's what that means in the YouTube system, right? And the reason that we had the claim and there's like a back and forth system is YouTube wants us as creators to work it out before we go like to the route of, court. And YouTube can't make decisions about what is fair use because they're not a judge, and that would hold them liable to an area that they don't want to be in. That is why they have this system in place for us to try to work it out amongst each other. And if we still can't work it out, then it's court, and whatever court decides, like if Beardo wins, then what we have to do is we have to get a lawyer to write a letter to YouTube's legal and be like, he won this case. All those copyright strikes are like not valid because he was in the right. And then they will reinstate his channel. But like, you got to get a lawyer to like talk to YouTube. So now you got to pay for that. So that's a whole other thing to pay for as well. So yeah. There's a few people that have like sued YouTube to get their channels back too, and it does work. It's just like you just need to get in front of a person at YouTube, essentially, be like, look, we won the case. So, but it would take a lot of time to get the case going. You're talking about overseas. You have US to the UK. It would take it's probably years to like work through that case and hundreds of thousands of dollars. And Beardo would be able to countersue for his lawyer fees as well because, yeah, they started it all, right? So, yeah. Dust saying it's become harder and harder for me not to talk about all this. I mean, if you want to talk about it, other people have done videos too. So, yeah. The biggest thing, like I would just say, is let's recognize the people who don't go this route, the people who just fight back on their platforms with us, or, you know, who reach out privately. I think that we should recognize the people that have the balls to stand up to their work and their beliefs versus this crap. So, yeah. Jade said that she sent claims, turned into strikes. Not true. She can send takedown requests, but she didn't. She's heading into liable territory. Yeah, I mean, your claims can turn into strikes, but like whatever it may be, it doesn't even really like for whatever. I don't know what she's trying to say. Like it doesn't help her because she's the one who started it. No matter if it's a strike or a claim, she started the process. She started the legal process by doing that. And I think a lot of people who abuse the copyright system don't understand that when you start that shit up, you're essentially saying to YouTube, like, hey, I'm like, a claim is like, okay, I'm going to try to talk to the person about removing my stuff. This is like, YouTube, help me open up the lines of communication. They're like, okay, but if it doesn't work out and if you guys can still keep poking each other, then that's when you're telling YouTube essentially that you're planning to take this to a legal route, you know? Americans also think someone's looking across reason to sue them. Oh yeah, no, I know. I was fighting with somebody on Reddit the other day, and they were like, you can't just sue for this and this and that. And I'm like, in America, you can. Listen, dude. In America, you can sue for anything. Like, let's be so for real. You can sue for a lot in America. Hold on, I'm just fixing this chat window here. I'm Beardo. I never asked for money outside of charity work for money. Even asked someone to take down. Yeah, someone else started a GoFundMe and you asked them to take it down. I know, like, some people message me and they're like, Beardo won't take a GoFundMe. I'm like, no. Don't do it right now. I'm like, wait until, let's see what happens with this channel. Then we'll start up a GoFundMe to pay for lawyers' fees. Like, for now, let's just wait and see what happens with this channel. He doesn't want to have to deal with the backlash of him taking donations for lawyers' fees and then not needing them because, you know, he'll be critiqued on that too, right? So, yeah. Yeah, and Beardo asked repeatedly not to do GoFundMes and stuff. I know. Glitter says she has to know what she is saying is wrong. How do you get that much completely backwards and not know what you're doing? I mean, yeah, like, is she playing dumb or is she just like totally oblivious to how the copyright system works? I don't know. A SmackDown notice, Ken. All the talk of the channel is drama seems to be mostly Jade herself, doesn't it? Again, yeah. As far as I understand, like it's Jade that kind of like has control of everything and is like submitting everything. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Beardo, you showed strikes on the screen. No, it was strikes. It was, yeah, and a third one came in later too. I know. Yeah. Sorry, checking chat, trying to catch up. Yeah. US, you can sue for whatever. Yeah. Doesn't mean reasonable judges and people will side with you. Yeah, you can file a lawsuit for anything in the US. It doesn't mean a judge is willing to take it, but yeah, you can file for anything. What's funny is that Beardo's a victim. He isn't sitting around playing the victim card. Yeah. Not all lawyers are reasonable, though. You can find a lawyer that will take a case for any lawsuit, pretty much. Yeah, there's tons of lawyers out there just trying to make a name for themselves, too, you know? And that's saying, yeah, like, Seg, like, I don't want to, like, I don't want to cause, like, I don't want to make this worse or anything for Beardo, and I don't want to cause, like, whatever backlash to happen. And I think Seg and other people have been trying to help in the back end, and there's been a lot of really good help from people with that sort of stuff. There's even a video to understand how the copyright system works too, for anyone who doesn't, you know. So it's great that we're like at this point with it, and hopefully it stays this way and Beardo's channel doesn't get hit by the same people again. But it's important to like understand that like you can't play dumb. If you're going to be a creator, like you should know the YouTube terms and policies. You should understand how the copyright system works. You should understand that it's against YouTube terms and policies to brigade, which is getting multiple channels to submit a strike all at the same time. Like essentially getting multiple channels to attack somebody. That's against terms and policies. So like, you know, do your research on how this stuff works, I guess. I don't know. For this situation. Anyway, all right. So the biggest thing I wanted to highlight though was just the, like, I do appreciate the people who fight back with us on their channel. All right. Let's just like, you know, because we don't want this to be an ongoing thing where this keeps happening, because it's really stupid and it's a waste of time and money. And like, let's be for real, it's not really the way to resolve stuff like this. You know, if you're gonna make ghost hunting videos and you're confident in your work, then respond on your platform. You know. Oh, my little preview thing is way off. All right, let me see. Hold on. Sorry, I'm having trouble keeping up with chat. When dealing with the American system, important words, in my opinion, allegedly. It doesn't really even, like, people overuse that. The thing is, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, if you start your video and you're like, all this is in my opinion, like, you don't have to keep saying that. You know what I mean? Like, people think that you have to say it with every statement, but you really don't. In the US, you can sue. Yeah, okay, we already said that. Yes. Annabelle. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it's. Yeah, I think it's Jade. Yeah, I do. Not all the lawyers. Okay, I already said that. Second, others got inundated when they were working behind the scenes. Yeah. Like, let's also recognize that, you know, Sagan and others were helping out a lot. Yeah. I do wonder how long Jade had been in that stream, and at what point did she think I wasn't watching to defend myself? You know, I think that you are living rent free in her head, so I think she was in there the whole time, to be honest. You didn't know if you had a future. Of course, you wouldn't be skipping along. Yeah. No, Beardo was just trying to save like his channel. I get that. I do think that the live was important, because I do think it's important for the community. Now the community is talking about this and trying to like understand it and stuff. And I do think that's really important. I think it's important for us to recognize the people that are willing to go toe to toe with us, and respect that. But obviously something like this can give like other channels the idea that they can just abuse the system, right? But they'll eventually get dinged for it. Like they will eventually get dinged for it. It just takes time. Speaking of copyright, did they have copyright license to that terrible audio? Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question, actually. That was my feeling. Scarborough says the takedowns were designed to hurt going into the holidays. Yeah. Also, one thing I wanted to mention too. Hold on, let me just catch up with chat. See if there's anything important here. Hold on. The other thing that I wanted to mention too was if you okay, Beardo says there's 4 GCP videos on my channel and they only hit 3, very specific number on that. Yeah. Lou says, does she care that there might be family members who might be out there who are hearing their family members dying on the audio? Exactly. No, like this is the whole thing. Like, Jade, you need to stop doing this shit, man. This isn't the first video that you've taken advantage of victims to make content from. Like the first video that Beardo critiqued you on, you were trying to say that you found new evidence in the case and all this other crap on a woman that, I think the woman was, her life was taken by like her boyfriend or something. I can't remember the details. But like they were like, oh, we found new evidence. We're going to take it to the cops. And they were trying to act like it was some Netflix documentary or something. And it's like, stop inserting yourself in these cases that are too new. They're too new. That's the problem, right? It's one thing to go to like the castle where like Queen of Anne Boleyn or whatever, where Anne Boleyn was executed and do a ghost hunt to talk to Anne. That's one thing. That's hundreds of years ago. But to go to places where people are still alive that are victims, knew the victims, family, friends of the victims, like that's the line, man. That's the line. Come on. Like that shit needs to stop. But that's the thing. And that's what she's mad at Beardo for calling her out about, is that she's being very inappropriate with victims. Hey, Boo Productions. Hey, there's Jeff. Oh, hey, Sweet Goth. Hey. The families could take them to court too. Yes, they could. Yeah. Oh, 100%. They would win that shit, man. Judges don't like seeing that shit. The judges would give them like a real tongue lashing. Beardo fighting this winning is huge. As a small channel, I feel like channels could be taken down easily. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, the system is easily abused. But I think like this whole situation with Beardo is getting the word out to the community of like the problems with the system. And then if somebody does get taken down, I think then we'll all understand what's going on right away and we'll rise up, you know? Like this has been a good teaching lesson for everyone, you know? It's one thing if the audio is used on a documentary about Jonestown, it's something else used on a random YouTuber. Yeah, because documentaries and stuff that do go on TV, they do actually reach out and get permission from the family and stuff. Like they do actually try to legally, because there's a legal like liability with that, you know? I hope this will all blow over soon, but if they keep lying to defend their poor life choices, unfortunately they may end up in court. Yeah. That's the thing. I'm hoping that it just kind of blows over. So that Beardo can carry on and we can all just carry on to where we were. I just don't want people getting like, other channels to get the idea that this is a good idea, because it's really not. Like if it goes to court and everything goes to court, like they wouldn't have won. So, hey, Kristen. No, I don't think that Jade knows about me right now. So I don't think she's in the stream. Yeah, I didn't put like the Ghost Club Paranormal in the title or anything like that. I don't think that she knows about me, so. It's heartbreaking when you get the survivors and victims' family coming to you finding out that stuff is possibly faked. It hurts them. Exactly, Sweet Goth. Yes. That's the problem. Yeah. It does seem like most of us are pretty close on the same page, the whole situation. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you think about it, okay, she used audio from the victims of Jonestown for a stupid ghost hunt video. Beardo criticized her for it because it's completely inappropriate. Like, we all know that's inappropriate. And then she goes and strikes him and tries to get his channel shut down. Like, that is a bad look for her. I'm sorry, but come on, lady. Because, there's people in the paranormal community that are on like TV and the paranormal conventions, like the people in the community, like if you're trying to become famous and stuff, like they know about this. They've been watching and paying attention. So like, you're not making a good name for yourself. You need to stop doing that shit. What she should have just done is apologize for doing it and remove the section with the audio. Because you can remove that section after the fact in YouTube. You can edit stuff out in the YouTube editor. If GCP gets their channel removed, will they blame Beardo? Yeah, probably. To be honest. They won't get their channel removed though. Like if they abuse the copyright system, you don't get your channel banned or anything for that. What happens is they'll take away your access to the copyright system so that you can't make claims and you can't do strikes. That's what'll happen. They get it's like a temporary restriction on their account. They'll eventually lift and they'll be able to do it again. But that's the first punishment for abusing the copyright system. Yeah. And part of the court case would be prove ghosts don't exist, prove psychics are real. For some of the situations, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Her judgment is clouded by her personal beef with Beardo. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, does she just hate Beardo so much that she doesn't see the problem with the video that she put out? Like, does she not see the problem here? Like, dude, if you don't understand the issue, to be honest, let's be real. Her channel's not going to last that much longer. If this is the length she's going to eventually be banned by YouTube for breaking policies. Because you're putting up audio of people who died. What's going to be next? You're going to start showing pictures of bodies and blood. Like, she'll just get banned. Like, if she's going to keep pushing the gore aspect, she's just eventually going to get banned. Because that breaks the policies, too. You're not supposed to be putting that shit on fucking YouTube. Sorry, I'm swearing. God, I'm swearing too much today. Well, yeah, opinionated one. Why don't fakers classify channels horror entertainment? Yeah. So if they put at the beginning of all their videos that this is just for entertainment purposes only, nothing's real, and if they put it on their channel and then they decide to take us to court, then they would have like a bit of a okay, well, we said it's just for entertainment purposes only, But, and Jade's, honestly, that audio that she used, that a judge would not be happy that she put that in a YouTube video. Like, to be honest, it's because, when you do these civil matters, you're not like necessarily getting in front of a jury. Rarely does it go in front of a jury. You're doing in front of a judge. So if you've done anything that a judge would find completely deplorable, you're going to get slapped down in court for it. Some of them change their stuff to say for entertainment. Yeah, and they should have it at the beginning of their videos. Like, it's not just enough to hide it somewhere in your channel description. You should have a thing coming up on your screen. None of this is real. This is for entertainment purposes only. It should come up on the screen for every video. Yeah. I don't think she cares about the video. Yeah, no, I think she's too lost in her beef with Beardo that she's not understanding the problem here. The first thing she was called out for. Yeah. I don't get why these idiots are even giving your energy at this juncture, Lori. It's just because, people are going to look at what Ghost Club Paranormal did and be like, oh, I'm going to do that then if I don't like what a debunker says. So it's good for us to discuss this so that people understand why abusing the system isn't a good answer to, if you're confident in your content, and if you're confident in your ghost hunting abilities and what you're finding in your evidence, you shouldn't have to resort to shady tactics to silence the critics. And if you silence one with invalid copyright, strike claims, and whatever, and you take down a channel with that, the rest of the channels are going to talk about you. You're making more of a scene. They have a bigger channel than Beardo. Their followers don't care what Beardo says. Okay, let's be for real. So, he's not doing any damage to their channel, but he's calling out something that needs to be called out. It's messed up using the audio from the Jonestown victims. That's messed up. I'm sorry, that shit needs to be called out. It's fucked up, man. I'm not saying this psychic video I'm working on for you guys, there's a section in it where I literally could not, I just started crying and I couldn't read off a part of my script. And it's just I don't understand how these ghost hunters can just, they just like don't care about the victims. Like they just like have forgotten that these are real people. It is disturbing, Rebecca. Yeah, it's disturbing that this is like their mindset. Like they don't even think about this. It's weird. It's like gross. I mean, they're already planned for a video that I was planning a video. They're one of many. And they're going to be in a video I'm working on. And it was before all this stuff happened with Beardo. It was just based on that one first video that they did where they thought that they were solving a crime. And then they released this Jonestown thing. And I'm like, oh, come on. They lack empathy. Yeah. I guess. Like that has to be it, right? And then they try to say they're psychics. Stupid. That or embrace the critique and use it for content. Yeah, let's say like if someone's critiquing you, then fight back. If you believe in your content, what you did, if you think that it was right, then say so and fight back in a video. But the best thing you can do, honestly, if someone's critiquing you and you're like, ooh, I think they're right, don't say anything at all. Don't respond. Like, have Sam and Colby responded yet about being in the wrong house for the Schmirl thing for Hell Week? No, they haven't, because they have learned it is better to not say anything. It is better for your image to not say anything, because we are small channels calling them out. We only have like 1,000 to maybe, I mean, is anyone at 100,000 yet? I think we're all under 100,000. And they're sitting at like 15 million. It is, if they say something, then they're telling 15 million people the problem with their video. So it's better to just not say anything. Ghost Club Paranormal's sitting at over 100,000. They're scared of Beardo, who's, what are you at, Beardo? Like 65K or something? Like, and it's not affecting their channel. But them bringing it to light like this, like you're just actually making it worse for yourself by saying stuff and doing things like this, to be honest. Like PR 101, honestly, is don't say anything. Don't respond, don't say anything, don't address it. Wait for it to go away. And if it doesn't go away after, usually it's like, if it doesn't go away after 6 months, then decide if you're going to say something, but look at how much is it affecting your brand and your business. And if it's not affecting, you don't have to say anything. Hey, Sky Talker. Oh, right. Oh, shoot. I forgot. I need to change this to live chat. So some people were saying that, their chats are not showing up in my live. I forgot. I got to change the chat to say live chat, because there's members that message me and they're like, did you not see me in your last live? I'm like, no. So YouTube's like hiding their stuff. So, I have to change it to live chat. I just did that. So if I'm missing anyone's chat stuff, throw it in now, because I should be able to see it now. Also, hey, Sky Talker, thank you for the membership, re-upping your membership. Welcome. Little Miss Mayhem, my whole rant has been about the domino effect that could happen if other channels feel empowered to use similar tactics. Yeah, and that's sort of why I wanted to make a video. Like I wanted to make a video thanking the other channels for having the balls to just fight us. Like, not through the copyright system. Just like, let's have a tit for tat. I have way more respect for people that do that, you know? Zordon, they can't think about the victims and families. They only see the Benjamins. Yeah. And that's sad. I hate that stuff. Yeah. Seg proved himself more psychic with the Zanier cards, to be honest. Oh, really? Did he? Oh, I didn't watch that one. Yeah, I gotta it's in my to watch. I have so much stuff. I forget to go back and watch. The positive power from the outcry was refreshing. Oh, yeah. Like the community has everyone's back. Yeah. Yeah. Good day, Sky Talker. Sorry guys, it's 3 a.m. Yeah, go get some sleep, Birdo. Yeah, go get some rest. How do you think shitty made up influencers last as long as they did? They never respond. Exactly, Rebecca. That's the key thing, man. If you don't want to get the heat from something stupid you did, don't respond. That is the best thing you can do, is don't respond. Yeah, Sam and Colby don't follow Debunkers. Like there's some of us that do. There's some of their fans that do come to us eventually, because they do message in the comments and say, I used to be a Sam and Colby fan, but they're like old school fans, right? And Sam and Colby have changed a lot. So Yeah. All right, everyone's saying goodnight to Beardo. Kenny and Seg video is funny how... Yeah, I gotta watch that. I know I saw like a little preview of it, and I was like, oh, this looks fun. Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing, like, critique each other, and you should take it as constructive criticism and, like, sort of reflect on what was said and see if it's something you can improve upon, right? Like, on Sam and Colby's video about the witches, someone critiqued in my comments and were like, oh, you're not being very, like, I was being dismissive about Christian beliefs, right? And they're like, you're asking other people to respect your beliefs, but you're not respecting Christian beliefs. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to work on that, because the thing is, like, I don't really respect a lot of beliefs, but I'm not really asking for you to respect my belief. I'm just trying to say, I want people to respect the truth of real history and the facts. Okay. You don't have to believe in my beliefs. I don't have to believe in your beliefs, but I will be doing more videos where I want to kind of dissect religions, right? And in doing those, I will be, I guess, technically like disrespecting your beliefs, but I'm going to be looking at the history and sort of analyzing stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to try to figure out a way I can word this to say, like, I'm not asking for everyone to respect all beliefs, because I'm about to disrespect you in a nice way. I'm about to disrespect your belief in a way because I'm about to pick it apart. So I don't want people to feel like I'm being a hypocrite and asking you to respect my beliefs, because I'm not. I'm not saying that you need to respect my beliefs. Pick mine apart too, you know? Like, let's all be on the equal playing field for that. So I'm like, okay, like next time I do like religion videos, which I have some planned, I'm like, I'm going to try to figure out how I word it. So it's like, you know, I'm not trying to say like, don't respect, or I'm not trying to say respect everyone. Like, I'm not a neutral party in things. I don't agree with channels that try to be neutral on everything, because humans are not neutral. Nobody is neutral. And when you try to be neutral, you end up accidentally sharing what side you're on through editing, through delivery in some of your words and stuff. So like, in being neutral, you're really actually picking a side. And I can always see it when they do this. Accidental or on purpose, most times accidental, but you're swaying people to your side because you're telling them you're being neutral, but you're not, because nobody can be neutral. No one's capable of it. So I think it's better to just be true to yourself and not be neutral. So that's where I'm like, I don't want anyone to think I'm asking you to be neutral about religion. I want you to critique it and tear it apart, because I'm going to do it. So. Didn't Sam and Colby start off as an Urbex channel? Yes, they did. Yeah, Scarborough. That's the thing a lot of people really like about them, but then they're like, other people see the issue too. Is like, they're so big now, you really shouldn't be breaking the law and doing urban exploration now, because you're encouraging all these young kids who follow you to do it, you know? I don't know if Ghost Club Paranormal will be lurking here or not, but we all saying is apologize for playing the audio. Yeah, no, I agree. Like, just apologize for playing that audio and remove it from your friggin' video, man. That's it. Do you think Ghost Club Paranormal would listen to Kenny's phrase, never stop learning? I don't know. I think they're blinded by whatever. They're blinded by whatever, their hate or something. I don't think they're listening to people. Like, they don't seem to be addressing the issues here, so. I'm Christian, but I don't believe in Jesus was resurrected. His body was stolen, as far as I've learned. Yeah, like, I'm not Christian, but I do believe that there was somebody who was a Jesus. Like, I do believe there were, because it was at that time, there's a lot of people starting up their own religions. It was called cults back then. They were all starting up their own cults, and there was a lot of like really well-spoken people and thought leaders and stuff. So I do think that was a real person. However, I have theories on stuff because of research I've done that, like, the thing is, I think Jesus is the same person who created, like, they took his teachings to create Christianity. And I think it's the same person who also Muslim is based on. Okay? The timing matches. So it's something I might explore at some point. So I do think it was a real person. I don't think he was like the son of God. I just think he was a guy who had good ideas and people wanted to follow him. So I worry that in the quest for money, as these channels go for more modern crime cases that causes harm to the family. Exactly. That's the problem, Suzanne. That's my issue. That is my concern. Yeah. When you're neutral, you're only coasting. Yeah, no one's ever truly neutral. I think it's better to just own what you are. Just own it. Psychic Bear have had their own disagreements, so it could have also fanned those flames between the two of them too. Yeah. I'm agnostic, leaning towards First Nation shamanic. What? I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. But my family's technically Roman Catholic, so I know a bunch about different faiths and see people's blinders. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine Steven Spielberg causing legal problems for a critic? Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's free speech, man. Like, don't live in a country with free speech and then complain that people are using their free speech. So, I'm always neutral about religion. I chose to be non-believing for myself and God, but I cited the Bible well in service. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I know I've run into some people that are just like so like toxic and just mean people, and then they call themselves Christian, and I just look at them like, Jesus wouldn't be okay with this right now, right? Like, Jesus would actually give you hell for what you're saying and doing. I just like, you see the look on their face when they get called out on that. It's, yeah. Because Jesus never encouraged all of this like hate and war and like anger. That's the opposite of what he was actually saying. Man, I'm in the wrong line of work. Then again, I'd rather be doing my duty than a fraud. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, people are always like, sometimes there's people that leave comments, they're fans of the psychic or the ghost hunter or whatever that I'm like critiquing. And they're like, you're doing the same thing by pulling them apart and critiquing them. I'm like, no, I'm actually telling you the truth. What I'm doing is like morally correct. I'm telling you the truth and I'm being truthful with you. They are making money off lying to you. I'm making money off telling you the truth. I see that as two different things. So, Jesus bless the cheesemakers. Yeah. Yeah, Jesus was Jewish, and Catholic was created out of his teachings. Like, Catholic actually is different a little bit more than that, because there was extra books that were written later. It's very complex, and that's the thing. I do want to be going into some of that stuff, and I do like critiquing and picking apart religion, and I do think it works in the paranormal community. Like, it's a big part of it, because we look at religion and history and things for ghost hunting, psychics, different things like that. So I think it's appropriate for this channel. I like talking about religion too. I think it's a very interesting topic. Oh yeah, what was I going to check? Hold on. That's what I was going to check. Jonestown audio of copyrighted out of curiosity. All right. The Jonestown footage and everything is not in the public domain. It's not royalty free. Look through the California Historical Society's digitized collection on the Internet Archive, but you have to request permission in order to actually use it. Also keep in mind that they are quite backlogged and busy, so it might take some time to get their permission. You can also use licensing sites like ABC Video Source, Veritone, Getty Images. They have an interesting collection of the footage and stuff, Survivor's Aftermath, but you have to pay a licensing fee for it. You can also grab footage and stuff off YouTube and low quality portions off NBC and stuff like that. But the thing is like, there's probably a copyright holder for it, right? And if they were using the audio in a crappy way against the victims, like, which they were, like, you could let the copyright holder know, and then the copyright holder could do a takedown request on them. I'm wondering who the copyright holder is. Here's Internet Archive. Let's see. Okay, usage. It is the share alike. Okay, you're free to share, copy, redistribute in any medium or format for any purpose, even commercially. You're able to adapt it. You have to give appropriate credit, provide a link to the license, and indicate if changes were made to it. You may do so in any reasonable manner, but not in any way that suggests the licensor endorses you or your use. Okay, so they're allowed to use it however they want, but they do have to give credit for it. Did they do that? Did they link the location? You may not apply legal terms or technological measures that legally restrict others from doing anything the license permits. It's a share alike. It's the share alike attribution, which is kind of like an open, like anyone can kind of use it kind of deal. So yeah, like you got to link back to this location that you can get it from. Which you can get it from the Internet Archives if you link back to that. But I guess they probably played it off of a YouTube video or some crap. I don't know. Listen, I'm really good at like digging through stuff, and if it did go to court, I would probably dig through that and find any surviving people to try to, yeah. What did he say to get everyone mad? He said people should be nice to each other. Oh yeah, that'll do it. Yeah. So you're gonna burn it all down. Yeah, some people argue their truth is the real truth. If you saw the lie good enough, the truth becomes only background noise. Yeah, and some people convince themselves that this is right. Like some people just like, it hurts our brain to break our belief structure, which I did start making a video to discuss this as I've been going through a deconstruction of my belief structures lately in the last 2 years. It hurts your brain. Like it will actually cause you to like get aggressive when someone challenges your belief structures, and you don't have any control of this. It's a subconscious thing that our brain does because it doesn't like changing the neural pathways for us to apply critical thinking to our belief structures. It's really fascinating, but it is painful at first because like it takes something to break it, to cause a little hole in your belief structure, and then that's when things start to kind of fall apart. But if someone just comes up and challenges you, you will respond with aggression. It's what's the word for it again? There's a word for it. I wrote it down somewhere. Hold on, let me see if I wrote it down here. Cognitive dissonance. And there's other words. Cognitive dissonance is the first thing. It's very fascinating, and I do want to actually explore that some more. If Jesus exists, he wouldn't have been white. No, he wasn't white at all. Yeah. Yeah, anyone using their religion to justify hurting people, it's not their religion. Exactly. No, exactly. That's why I usually call people out on it. I'm like, Jesus would not be okay with this, right? Everyone don't forget to like the stream. Yeah. Every Christian I ever asked, their feeling on Jews was identical. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of like misplaced hate and stuff, but it just goes way back. Oh, you know what's really fascinating, guys? Hold on, wait. I have a show that you need to watch. It's on YouTube. Let me find it. It's really good. I was like super surprised at how well this show was. Okay, hello. It's really, really good. Oh my God, why is YouTube changing their? They changed their thing, the way everything's laid out. Why? Hold on, let me find it. It's actually going to take me a hot minute because I think I watched it like last week or something. Damn it. Hold on. Shit, what was it called? Damn it. Moses comedy. What the heck was it called that I watched? Oh, here it is. The Promised Land. Okay, hold on, wait. I'm gonna get you guys this. This show is so good, and it's sort of like it's filmed like The Office, but it's taking place with Moses and all the people that are going to the Promised Land. It's their journey to the Promised Land, except they have a camera like filming them, and it's like The Office, so it's like comedy and serious, and it's really well done. Let me grab it for you guys. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I really recommend watching this. I was really surprised. This is very good. Let me pin it for you guys. So yeah, it's called The Promised Land, and there's like 6 episodes. I watched it all at once. I just binged it. It's a very good show. I like it too, because like we can be lighthearted about religion and history of religion and stuff. We don't have to be so serious about it. You should definitely watch it. Fundamentalists in all religions give the whole religion a bad name. Yeah, the fundamentalist, yeah. You can be like a fundamentalist thinking and attitude, and it could be any religion. And yeah, that's when they get like this weird, toxic, negative kind of outcome, right? So, YouTube changing menus and links around. Yeah, I don't understand why they're doing this. Like, how about you put more people, like, more humans in place to help us with our channels and issues instead of changing the menus constantly? I hate that. Yeah, the show The Promised Land, it's so funny. It's good. It's so well done. Like, and it's just on YouTube. I'm like, damn, this is good. I really like it. Yeah. Lou asked, forgive me if it's not your thing. Have you seen any of the Stranger Things? I think Seg. Honestly, I really like Stranger Things the first season, and then I tried to watch. All right, Ken, have a good night. I tried to watch the second season, and I was like, it's not as good. I don't know. The shine wore off. I just couldn't get into it after that. We trigger a lot of cognitive dissonance in the cult space. Yeah, and that's saying sweet goth. Like, that's what I've mentioned in a lot of my other videos before. Religion is a cult. Like, it used to be cults back in the day when Jesus was around, ancient Greece, ancient Rome. Like, you would have cults. There was the Pythagorean cult. There was a cult for everything. The cult of Diana, the cult of Aphrodite. Jesus's thing was a cult. Like, everything was a cult. Because, like, somewhere along the line, well, I mean, maybe we should have created a different word for the bad cults, you know, the ones that eventually have shown up. Like, what? It's just kind of a new thing. Like, would we say like the year, like the 1900s is kind of when these like really bad cults showed up, right? Like there was organizations, and there was like brotherhoods, and there was like a cult, but they were like only men, like, you know, like Freemasons, like Aleister Crowley, what he was doing. Like there was that, but they were actually like religious. There was like not a ton of really bad things going on. I would say probably like what, the mid 1900s, or is this something that started with like the hippie movement? Like the really bad cult situations that we're talking about, like Jonestown and stuff. It's just kind of a new thing, isn't it? If you think about it. I think it's fairly new. But anyways, my point is the word cult used to mean religion because people recognize, like, when you're in a religion, it's cult. You get cognitive dissonance from it, right? But now, like, cults is like the bad word. But we don't have a word to explain that, hey, you guys are in a religion and it's still a cult. It's just, you're not hurting anybody. You know? Kind of want to go back and take a look at that now with cults and figure out when did the really bad ones kind of start up. The anger comes from force feeding of BS and getting persecuted. Yeah, I mean, well, that's someone. I mean, this guy, when you recognize that you're being force fed BS, like that's someone that's like not in the belief structure anymore, right? That's someone who's broken the belief structure. Hey, Wayne. I'm a Christian, if that means. No, like, I don't think anyone should hate anyone for their religion. Like, that's the thing, right? But I think that we should be able to explore religion and really, like, take it apart a bit, check the real history. Like, you should be able to, like, go through and be really confident in what your belief is. If you believe in something and you don't know the history of it and where it came from, then you should go back and take a look at where it came from and understand fully what it is that you believe in, right? They were around before that, just hidden better and earlier than that. I don't think that they were like to the level of like Jonestown and like what's the name of the ones that they were like they thought they were aliens and that the mothership was above. Like, I don't think we had that level of crazy until like the 60s or something. Like, there were like, yes, there were organizations. Sorry, I'm saying like a lot. There were organizations and occult practitioners and clubs and things, and there was bad things going. I mean, there's bad things going on at the church. Okay, let's be real. Any religion, there was bad things happening, but it wasn't to this level of delusion, I think, until like the 60s. Like the full on, like, okay, no, like you are clearly deluded, you know? Cults to the death gods and stuff. Yeah, I mean, if we go back to ancient religions, I guess they were pretty in it, but it was kind of like a way of life, you know? Like if you think about the Aztecs, actually, I don't know. They said that they were like always sacrificing people and they believed in blood gods and all that, but now there's other stuff that came out saying that's not the case. But let's say like an ancient culture who sacrifice and all that is normal in their community. I don't really see them the same as like these offshoot cults that are completely like just, I don't know, like they're just like completely detached from reality and don't know the world around them. Like, at least if it's a whole civilization, that is how they run their whole civilization. So their whole like structure works on that. And yes, it's weird that they do it. And yes, it's wrong that they do it, but the whole civilization does it. So that's where I'm like, I don't think that it's as bad as like these offshoot cults that are really horrible, that do a lot of damage. I feel like those really offshoot ones kind of took off in the 60s. Heaven's Gate, that's the other one I'm trying to think of. Yeah. Waco, yeah, that's another one. Yeah, it's like those ones that got like really out of whack, that were like not, it's like they were so detached from the civilization that they're living in. You know, like they're doing like something that's totally doesn't make sense for the world around them. I feel like that kind of started in the 60s. There is like doomsday like cults and stuff from back in the day, but the whole civilization would thrive off of that. I feel like there's a difference. I don't know. I feel like there's a difference between like if your whole country, like, and back in ancient times, that was your whole world. You didn't know about other countries across the water and stuff. So if your whole country, your whole civilization function that way, then it's normal. It's your day to day, right? But it would be someone who had like a cult started out of that saying, no, killing is wrong. They're the weird ones. You know what I mean? And I feel like we didn't have a ton of that. We did have a lot of offshoots during ancient Greece time when like philosophy and everything was taking off. But there was pantheon of gods. So it just kind of worked. It worked with civilization. No one was really that weird because everyone was doing a cult based on the god that they loved. And there was a pantheon of gods of like, what, 100 gods, even with ancient Egypt too. So like it was normal. It was like part of civilization to do that. It wasn't weird, I guess. Like it wasn't I don't know how to word it. It's like everyone else is doing it, you know? Yeah, but it's like anything in ancient civilization, I think I just treated differently because everyone else was doing it. Like your whole civilization was doing it, so it was normal. But now it's like we have these offshoots that are doing stuff that's like totally whacked out. That like this doesn't match civilization. If you're hiding, then it's probably wrong. Exactly, Sky. Yeah, it's those ones. It's like if you have to go hide, if you have to go move somewhere, your whole cult somewhere, so you don't get like arrested, there's a problem. Right? I feel like it did start in like the 60s and 70s, things like this. 17th, 18th century, during the Great Schism of the Russian Church, entire villages of all believers committed the fire baptism over several decades, resulting in the deaths of at least 20,000 people. Yeah, but like that's the thing. It was whole communities that were in it, right? Like it was kind of like this is how it is. It seems like, the witch trials, totally weird, out of whack, but the entire world was doing it, so it was normal, right? It's like it gets normalized when you get the entirety of civilization on board for it. But these offshoot ones that don't match what current civilization is doing, those offshoot ones are like the weird, bad cults, Satanic Panic didn't help. Yeah, the Satanic Panic definitely played a role in it. Yeah. Extreme religious behaviors can happen in response to pandemics and natural disasters. Actually, no, that's a good point, Marianne, because actually I was looking at that. Even with Satanic Panic too, right? And I mean, there's stuff happening even today, current day. And it's like, it's happening because people are struggling. When people start struggling with food or housing, like that's when we start getting weird. That's when, and witch trials. So the witch trials took off because it was actually at the time where they were facing famines and stuff. So they needed someone to blame, right? And that's why these weird like things in our human history happen. Because when we don't have food or housing, we get like wild. So it is interesting. Got alien cults now. Oh god, there's a lot of weird cults now. Yeah. The witch hunts in Salem were before all of Jonestown. Yeah, no, that we're talking like the witch hunts kind of started in what was it, the late 1600s or the 1700s, something like that. They took off in popularity though, like in the 1800s, was it? Like it was, they were trying to get it started in the 1600s, and it wasn't until I believe, I have to double check my notes. I believe King James wasn't really on board for the full-on witch hunts that people were trying to do. Like he was on board for it, but he was trying to apply some controls to it. And I believe it was after he died is when things got really crazy with witch hunts. I'm pretty sure, but I might have this wrong. I'd have to double check my notes on my timeline. I'm going to be doing a video where I deep dive on it. So don't quote me on this right now because I'll probably end up, I will have the correct answer in my video. Yeah. Oh yeah, Satanic Panic, people were like burning everything, dude. It was crazy. Things that police departments and courts were taken seriously during the Satanic Panic is insane. Yeah. And the Satanic Panic, that was off the heels of, there was a really bad recession in the 70s. A lot of people don't know because they're too young. There was a really bad recession in the 70s, like to the point, like you couldn't buy gas at one point. Like they just ran out of gas. There was no way to get gas into America. So we're off the heels of this really horrible recession. People are struggling. People were losing their house. People didn't have jobs. It was hard. And then the 80s hit up, and that's sort of when the Satanic Panic started. But the 80s were also a really fruitful time where there was tons of work, because the tech industry was kind of getting started. So there's a lot of work, a lot of jobs. There's a boom and people are making tons of money, but it was off the heels of this recession where people were still struggling, and people who were like too old to get into this new industry were still struggling, and then people are just hopping on board with whatever. Because when we're in this struggle mode, we tend to fall for things. Yeah, COVID-19 definitely messed with a lot of people's minds. I feel like from what I'm noticing when I'm doing like research on this stuff, because this stuff links all back into psychics and ghost stuff. Like, it's very interesting how it is all connected. But I've noticed that people who are introverts, we can handle this stuff a little bit better. We're a little bit better at compartmentalizing and not like freaking out. But the people who are like extroverts who like need to have social interaction and people around them, they're the ones who start falling apart very quickly. When the world is not going smoothly, they start falling apart super fast. I've noticed. It's very interesting. The Salem witch trials were in part due to the violence all around. Some of the girls at the start were refugees. No, the girls at the start were actually relatives of the priest. I mean, the Salem witch trials, I think, originally started off. There was a combination. There was a lot of. There was a shortage of food. Okay, there was a what do you call it? I can't think of the word right now. They were struggling for food. They were struggling for food, and there was a lot of people that were actually living. There was a lot of beggars and stuff living on the street. And then that new priest came in. And I mean, I think he was trying to get food, or not food, land and money and stuff. And that's why the first girls who came forward were his relatives. So I think he had a plan to do it, but I think it got really out of control because everyone was struggling for food and everything, right? So, and that's the same with Pendle Hill. It was at a time when there was a lot of beggars, so we know there's a lot of poverty and people were struggling with food. Pendle Hill and Salem are two examples of hysteria getting out of control due to the environment that people were in. The Warrens stirred up the Satanic Panic a lot. Yeah, they did. The Warrens, and honestly, the Exorcist movie and Rosemary's Baby. Those two movies were like key for the Satanic Panic, and then the Warrens hopped on board, and it just kind of went insane from there. There was a fuel embargo by the Saudis. Yeah, it was weird in the 70s. It was bad. I like the practice theory that we're all floating on the back of a turtle supported by elephants. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. I've been really into reading like SCPs and stuff a lot more lately, and I find that always very interesting. It's like you imagine this other secondary world of things that we don't know is happening around us. And my story time channel, actually, I did record some stuff, some audio I got to get up, but I am working on something that's going to be linked into the SCP world, and so I'm working on writing a story. It's going to be like a series, so there's just going to be like multiple videos and stuff. 70s had a self-actualization movement with many cults, etc. Yeah, it was a self-actualization movement that kind of started it all, and then everything got really insane. I feel like money is what always brings us to this point. Money is the devil. Satanic Panic was fundamental Christian response. Yeah, it was fundamentalist response for sure. Yeah. SCP. Yeah, I'm writing a story that's going to be in the SCP universe. And I'm doing it. It's going to be like a podcast kind of story. It's going to be on the Storytime channel I have. And I have a bunch of people here in the community who are going to do some voice acting for it. So I'm laying it out. I am going to be like reading information packets and stuff on each of the SCPs, but I'm doing it in character in like a story that I'm writing. So I'm going to be like, there's going to be like this overarching story. And then inside the story, I'm going to go through every SCP and like we're going to read the SCP creepypastas and stuff that are out there. So it should be fun. It's just like my freaking fibro is honestly like throwing me out. I'm just like, I have all this stuff planned, I have all this stuff written, I have all this stuff I want to do, there's stuff recorded, and I'm just like, stupid freaking fibromyalgia. I've been in bed for like, it's been bad. I'm like 2 weeks, man. Yeah, the SCP thing, I'm excited for it. Yeah, I really want to do it. I'm excited for it. It's going to be kind of like, if you guys are familiar with the Magus archive, is it Magus or Magnus? I think it's Magus. It's sort of going to be like that, but I keep going back and forth on whether I should do it in third person, because I do really like to write descriptive information about like an environment so you can imagine it in your head. Or if I go like no third person and it's just you're just hearing audio, because I have like a whole reason why I want to do that. And I think it sounds really interesting, but I feel like it lacks some imagination because I do really like to describe an area. So I keep going back and forth on it. I have the first couple episodes written, but I have it written like one first person and one third person. I can't decide. So I'm trying to decide what to do with it. It's like I really like the idea of the like first person audio thing, because I want it to be like a found footage kind of thing, but it's only audio, right? So it's like it's more difficult to describe an environment when you're dealing with that. So I don't know, I'm thinking because I do kind of want it to be in third person, but I really like the idea of accidentally finding audio, because that's how SCP started. It was like accidentally finding a file that was supposed to be confidential, right? And I'm like, I kind of want to play on that. So like role play. Yeah, I'm going to be writing a script and stuff. I have some people that are going to be doing some acted parts. It's going to be mainly me talking, but there's going to be like at the beginning of the episode and the end of the episode, we'll have the other actors and we'll have things in the story I'm writing is going to take place at the beginning and the end of the episode. And the middle of the episode is going to be me reading an SCP story. So I am excited to do it. I just, freaking body is giving me problems. Oh yeah, no, SCP is a whole universe, man. Yeah. It's fun. I love it. I love the SCP universe. It's very, very interesting. They made a Barbie Ouija board. Oh my god, that's funny. Person can be lost describing the environment. Yeah, I was thinking about sort of implementing a whole like they're narrating to like a tape recorder or something. And then that way they can sort of describe things a little bit, or like or maybe they're doing at the end of the day, they're doing like maybe I could do like the end of the day, maybe they're doing like sort of like a diary entry, but it's audio, and then I could be more descriptive then. And the beginning of the episode, sort of like first person audio. Then the middle, I read the SCP and everything. And then the end of it, then maybe they're doing like a diary entry for the end of the day. So I don't know. It's hard to say because I really like the idea of lost audio, like found footage. Migraine season. Oh my god, yeah, the migraine's been bad. Coolest thing on the SCP is they never run out of material. Oh yeah, no, it's like there's so much material and everyone just writes their own like sort of version of it, right? And yeah, Dust, I have Discord. Yeah. I don't know if I can Discord link it somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. What was I saying? All right, Luna, have a good one.
Playing from Fleuriel.
Okay, yes, hello. Here, let me grab this. Oh my god, it doesn't want this. Ugh, what is happening? Okay, the link should not be that long. Hold on. Is it HTTP or HTTPS? I'm just going to add the S in. Maybe that'll work. That hopefully it will work. Yeah, so I like the idea of this being like a found footage. I want to set it up like it's a found footage that you accidentally came across a transmission that shouldn't have been on the internet, but for some reason made a copy of itself on the internet. And you're listening in on a conversation. You're listening in on like a file, like you're listening in on this whole story, right? And that's sort of the world I want to put it in, because that's what Magus Archive did, and I love that. I love the Magus Archive. It's so fun. But I really like writing descriptive stuff, so that's why I'm like, if I do that, I really like miss out on the descriptive writing, which I do like to do. So So maybe it would make sense for me to do like, because she could do like an end of the day sort of like captain's log, you know? Watching some candles and a voice equalizer rather than seeing face. Yeah, I don't want to deal with the lights because the freaking migraines, man. Oh my god. I was in the lights for like 12 hours doing the recording of the video I'm working on right now, and like yesterday was half the day was migraine. It was horrible because of the lights, and then the other half of the day was sick from the Botox for the migraines. Link is working. Okay, cool. But yeah, anyway, so that's coming. But I have some more of the Dracula stuff that I recorded, and I have 2 creepy pastas, not really creepy pastas. I don't know, like short, scary stories that I wrote, but they're very short. I'm gonna rewrite them and like make them a little bit longer. I want to try to get like, 'cause I love falling asleep to this stuff, so I want to try to like, I want to aim to try to get all my episodes for the storytelling stuff to be like, if I can do 40 minutes to an hour or something or more. I know like some of my episodes I have where it ends with more music and you can kind of just fall asleep, but I really like the idea of maybe making a playlist and you can kind of just listen to all chapters of Dracula without the extra music. So I'm going to be setting some stuff up on the storytelling channel. I do have stuff. It's just, I need to edit it. So, yeah. I still adore stories like The Faraway Tree. I don't know if I've seen that or read that one. I have to see. I have to check that one out. I love creepypastas. Like, I really do. I'm really bad at writing creepypastas because I'm really bad at, I like to give the person an ending. And I really don't like stories that don't have an ending. However, people that are good at writing creepypastas, it works. And I'm like, I'm not good at writing like that. So like a lot of my stories have endings. And I really struggle to write something that doesn't have a conclusion to it, you know? Because the real creepypastas don't have conclusions. They're meant to be a story that you stumble across and you're supposed to talk about with friends and stuff to discuss and think about what happened here, you know? You can't convince me there isn't a SCP-like organization. Yeah, you know what? I love doing that. Like, I kind of like sit and listen to some narrated SCP stories, and I'm like, it would be cool. Like, it would be really cool if this was real. Like, it would make sense and it would be cool, you know? Here, Dust, I'm going to give you a roll for the Discord. Hold on. I'm totally on board. And the thing is, my story does have... It has a twist. It has a secret. But I want to have like hundreds of episodes. So it's going to take a long time to tell my story that I'm writing. It's going to be very drawn out, but I have a bunch of voice actors who are helping me with it. I just need to get the script written, the scripts done, because I'm just stupid fibromyalgia and the migraines are getting me. Yeah. All right, Scarborough, have a good one. Yeah, creepypastas are supposed to be like urban legends. Like, they're supposed to, they're not really supposed to have a conclusion, you know? Like, they're not really supposed to be like, you're not supposed to know for sure what just happened or what happened. You know what I mean? Like, you got to kind of leave stuff up in the air. And I tend to write, when I write, I do like, have a bad habit of like fixing all the up in the air stuff. But when I write a long story, I don't do it. If I drag it out, because I used to be a dungeon master for D&D. If I drag something out, then I can write better because I'm like, okay, I know an ending is coming later. So I'm like, maybe I can tap into that for writing a creepypasta. I'm really bad at writing creepypastas, but I'm good at writing short stories. So, and long stories, whatever. You could do me POV, like when you're inside the person through the creepypastas, like that, how I landed here. Yeah, like I'm thinking about maybe, I think I want to maybe do it as like a first person, but I'm thinking at the end of the episode where like you'll get more of the story of what I'm writing. It'll be like a journal, like a captain's log thing where she does through the audio. And then that's where I can do some descriptive storytelling. And then I really like the idea with Mega's Archives. Eventually, what would happen is like halfway through telling a story, then someone will go into his office and interrupt him. And then there's like actual like dialogue and stuff going on, which I find really fascinating. I like that. So I do really like the layout of Mega's Archive. I've just never written something like that. So it is going to be a challenge for me. But I think it might be a fun challenge. Been doing experimental treatments for migraines. Yeah, let me know how that goes, Julie, and what they end up doing for you. Because, like, honestly, they've tried everything with me. I've done everything now at this point. So I'm on, like, I just did the Botox the other day, and it does help. But during the summer, nothing helps for me. Nothing helps. Oh, someone mentioned an SCP. Hold on. What was the number that you said? Was it 096? Right, I was going to look it up. Where is it? Oh, no. Where is it? What was the SCP someone threw in here? I wanted to look it up. Guys, remind me. I feel like it was 096. Yeah, audio diary would be cool. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking. Shoot, I wanted to look up what... Damn it. What one was it? I wanted to see what one it was. Someone said something. If you're rewatching this later, or if you're here, send it to me, because I wanted to see what one you were talking about. Now I can't find it in the chat. I'm looking, I can't find it. Someone was saying, I wish that this SCP was real, and then you had, like, the number. I can't find it. Well, anyway, I wanted to look it up, because I was curious. Because I'm down for, like, doing, like, a episode of it sooner than later. If someone has an SCP that they really love, I'll do it. I'll, like, put those files up later, or, like, you know, sooner than later, you know what I mean? 096, okay. SCP-096. Let me see which one is it. The Shy Guy. Oh, yeah, the Shy Guy one. Yeah, that's a really popular one. Yeah, I can look at doing him sooner than later if people like it. Like, whatever people want to request which SCPs to do first, like, definitely. Except there's one SCP that I will not do because my whole story and the whole twist is based off of one SCP. One SCP is part of my twist. So that's the only one that I won't do until it comes time. So that one I will not do. So hopefully nobody requests it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, like, there's ones that are super popular, and I'm like, I don't want to, like, play all the super popular ones right away, because I know people really love them. So I'm like, I kind of want to space out the popular ones, but I would say popular ones, I really like the Plague Doctor. I find it very fascinating, because he doesn't explain what the disease is, you know what I mean? Like, I find him very fascinating, and he's fine. He's like, yeah, I'll stay locked up in here as long as you give me test subjects. Like, he's just cool, you know? So I find that really interesting. That one's really cool. What other ones do I like? I like ones that are like, I like the SCP stories that are around, I'm dropping everything. The ones that are based around how the organization works, like the secrets of the organization and things like that nature. I also really like the ones that are like time bending and, that have like portals to other universes and stuff. There's a lot of fun ones. Should do some ones that play in the paranormal. They all are pretty much paranormal, to be honest. The SCPs. Yeah. Yeah, Plague Doctor Mask and stuff. Like, there's a person I used to do roleplay with, because we would do like Conan. I did like Conan roleplay, D&D, GTA roleplay. And this one guy, and he dressed up like a plague doctor, And his character was very interesting. And now I'm like, I think back on it, I'm like, I think he was trying to actually do the SCP Plague Doctor because he was a very kind, quiet guy. And that's sort of the Doctor is, right? Until the time comes. So, like, I think he was playing the Plague Doctor from the SCPs. Hey, Moss Green. Yeah, Sacred Little Raven. Yes, that SCP, that's the Tar one. I was actually just listening to a horror story about it the other night. Can't remember his name or his number. He does the tar puddles, and then you like fizzle. I'd have to Google a little bit more. And I'll find him later. Yeah, so there's ones that are like super popular, and I want to space those out amongst the SCPs that are less popular. Yeah, you go into his realm, but like it's creepy because when he touches you, like the tar is also like it eats your skin too, so it's like it's weird. Yeah, SCP has a lot of really like SCP has a bunch. Essentially, it's like it's paranormal stories, cryptids, like time bending, world bending things too. I can't remember all the names of the classes because they have different classes depending on like, is this a creature? Is this something that changes memories? Is this something that changes time? Like they have different classes for everything, right? So there's SCP that's now tech machines covering the earth, feels like having cold and steely. There's so many cool ideas people have come up with. Third surgery of the year. Well, at least it's November, so I guess you're but yeah, it's a lot of surgeries, yeah. I can't remember what's the memory thing? The amnestics? Yeah. So yeah, so the world, like the office or whatever the location that my story is going to take place in, essentially there's going to be like an amnestics department because I really find that stuff very interesting. Hopefully the surgery helps. Oh man. Yeah, I need to find some more, like, see if there's any more migraine stuff. So let me know, Julie, about that migraine thing that you're trying out. A lot of times with Canada, they won't, like, it takes us a while before they'll do and approve new treatments. So I have to see if it's available. But I'm down for trying other things. SCP-106, is that the tar guy? Yeah. Yeah, so my character is going to be an auditor who's going through and auditing SCP files. She's a risk assessment auditor. And that's sort of like the background. That's all going to be in the first episode, so I'm not giving away too much. It's, the opening scene is going to be that, so. And then just kind of getting her settled in the office, setting the scene, and then I forgot to change the audio bitrate for YouTube. I keep forgetting I gotta fix that actually. It's giving me a warning again. So yeah, that's sort of like the idea. So we'll get there eventually. God, if I had a normal body. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go from this stream here because I know we're just chit-chatting at this point. I am working on that psychic video, so it's going to be a lot different from my normal videos. So I hope you guys like it when it comes out. And hopefully, I hope you guys like it because like I'm kind of veering. I'm sort of veering a little bit away from the psychic and talking about the things that she got involved in and highlighting the stories of people. And I have another psychic video that I'm going to be working on, and this is also in an effort to help fix a relationship, a family that's been torn apart. So that one I do want to kind of do sooner than later because they're in crisis right now. So I'm hoping that the video helps. SCP-173. Let me look that one up. Oh, is he the is this the statue dude? Yeah, statue dude. Yeah, he's creepy. Yeah. Yeah, Julie, let me know about the treatments after you're done. Let me know how it goes. Copyright video is helpful in explaining things. Okay, I'm glad that I'm glad it did help. Yeah, I'm trying to like kind of, because there's misinformation being put out, right? So hopefully it helps a little bit. But all right, I'm gonna end the stream here. If you guys are interested in the SCP thing, I know it's gonna take me a bit, just be patient. But I have the Storytime channel, it's linked on my channel as well here. But if there is a certain SCP that you want me to cover like sooner than later, then just let me know the numbers and then I will add it to the to-do list, because I'm really hoping to get that going. I really do want to kind of do that, because then I can take Storytime stuff off of YouTube too. Like we can do Patreon, Spotify, all the other places, because I do want to start doing some stuff that's not just YouTube. Because, you know, we can just lose our channel very easily. I know there's the reality of that, just about having the energy to get everything done. But all right, I'm going to talk to you guys later. Go check out the latest video I put up if you hadn't already. And yeah, just hang tight. Next week, all the psychic videos should be done because I've already recorded it and I'm starting to work on it. So like I have a whole week to get the editing done. So we should be good. So I will talk to you guys later, and thank you guys for coming out and hanging out for a little bit. Okay. You guys have a good night.